Oh, it's election time with Clark the Shark. Um, well, we all see these polls, showing Trump winning, but I would love to see Trump win, you guys, but it's not going to happen. At 1-800-449-8255, the Clark the Shark Show. And everybody on here, especially this Red Eagle guy, they're all like, oh, we got polls. Sharky is showing Trump winning. I believe Trump is winning, you guys. He's absolutely destroying the 87-year-old. The fucking guy has dementia, Joe Biden, but that isn't even it, dude. If Joe Biden was 35 or 40, he wouldn't be fit. It's like the guy always had dementia, you guys. Even when he was 50 or 45 or 40. I mean, he's been running for president forever, Joe Biden. And me, yours truly, Clark the Shark, I even once threw a concert way back in, I don't know, like 1986 or 87 or 88 for Joe Biden. I'm not kidding, you guys. At Wilson Park in Torrance, California. Of course, they all know that as Clark the Shark Park because I threw so many concerts there with the Greenhouse Effect. And, oh, dude, you guys, I got to talk about something weird that happened today. Out there, a guitar arrived for me. See that package out there? A package. It's just leaning there against the fence here. A guitar. Dude, I didn't order a guitar, but I'm like, we're going to call the fucking police or something. Dude, I didn't order the guitar. I mean, I know I'm Clark the Shark from GE, the Greenhouse Effect, but who the fuck sends me a guitar? Dude, I receive weird things from time to time. Me, yours truly, being Clark the Shark, but nobody ever sent me a guitar. It's got an address on the box out there that says Fontana. I don't really know anybody in Fontana, I don't think. But, if I did, I don't think they love me enough to send me a guitar. Clark the Shark. It's probably like from a crypto company that ripped me off and they just want to get rid of me. Like I'll open it, I'll call the number on it, and then poof, Sharky's gone at 1-800-449-8255 right here on the Clark the Shark Show. But I'm not talking about mysterious guitars being mailed to that weirdo wacko guy from the Greenhouse Effect. GE, me, yours truly. Even though all of you guys must be wacky too out there. You like to listen to my music. You guys must be as sick as me. All over, not just America, but the whole planet Earth. You're all like, we love Clark the Shark so much we want to mail him a guitar. At 1-800-449-8255 right here on the Clark the Shark Show. I think today's like June 24 or June 23. I don't know. It's Monday, dude. But for me, it feels like a Saturday or a Friday. I don't know why, you guys. But it must be the start of a good week because somebody out there is mailing me a guitar. The address says Fontana. And the phone number says New Jersey, so maybe it's like Tony Soprano or, it's a mafia guy that's all Sharky. We gave you a guitar, Sharky. Now we own yous. Now yous can't leave, Sharky. You owe us. I'm like, I didn't order no guitar. I'm Clark the Shark, 1-800-449-8255. And the guy's like, no, my name's Joey from Jersey, Sharky. And you owe us because we sent you a guitar. Like you've seen The Sopranos where a guy just drops off big screen TV or, dude. Well, somebody's like, Sharky, we're dropping you off a big screen guitar from Jersey. I'm like, dude, I can't do a Jersey accent. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm a California guy. Me, Clark the Shark from GE. The Greenhouse Effect. She's a bitch. And then you live, and all you guys are like, he's got one good song. We love that one. Maybe two, Brandy and White Black, It Ain't Easy, Ben is Dead, Star. Okay, he's got a lot of good songs, but I swear to God, that Sharky, he's very mediocre. No talent. He never deserved it. But I'm like, yeah, damn it. It's God's fault. I'm like, God, you could have made me a rock star at 1-800-449-8255 right here on the Clark the Shark Show. He's like, no, Sharky, you're better off just being unknown. Some guy that gets a guitar in the mail, like a mystery guitar. You don't even know where it's coming from. I'm like, I know where it's coming from, God. It's coming from you. You're trying to make me feel good on a Monday. June 24, June 25, I don't even know what it is. 2024, right here in San Diego. I'm not going to give you my address, you weirdos. I mean, you guys are weird as it is. You send me guitars. You're like, here, Sharky, we secretly love you. We're sending you a guitar. I'm like, all right, whatever, you guys. And they're like, you're good enough on guitar, Sharky. Accept it. I'm like, all right, I know I'm good. Maybe I'm good. Who cares? But we're here to talk about the election. Now, there's all these polls out there, you guys, showing Trump winning. Nevada, Arizona. Look at the guy with Red Eagle. He's building you a map. Like, oh, he's sure Trump going to win. And back in 2020, this guy was sure Trump was going to win. 2018, we were sure the Repubs were going to win. Oh, look at her. She's like, buy crypto, Sharky. Buy crypto. Skip. Back to Red Eagle, the political guy. But this guy's like, there's not going to be a blue wave in 2018. There was, you guys. I don't even know if people are really voting for Democrats. Maybe they are, maybe they aren't. But I do know when Trump won in 2016, I thought it was weird because Philly, just that one county, I think, Pennsylvania, the votes looked weird. They were off, and Trump won. I thought the whole 2016 election, you remember the one where Hillary was winning? I thought it was weird, you guys, that Trump won. And then there was all that stuff like the Democrats were like, well, there's Russian disinformation. The Russians did it, Dude, listen to the fucking Democrats. They're the ones that love the Russians, not Republicans or, conservatives. We don't like Russia. That's Democrats that like Russia, you guys. Or who knows? Maybe Russia don't like the Democrats because they're not evil enough. Remember Dr. Evil? He's talking to that kid like, you're not evil enough. Like the Democrats are like Nazis or National Socialists. They're cool with businesses, and then you tax the shit out of businesses. That's kind of like neo-Nazis at 1-800-449-8255. And Russia's like, no, we want the whole goddamn every business run by the state. Communism, full-blown, where there is no business. It's just everyone. We own you. We don't like Democrats because they want there to be some capitalism, and we don't like that. Right here on the Clark the Shark Show, 1-800-449-8255. Look at Red Eagle. Look at him build his map. Oh, yeah, Trump's going to win, Nevada and Arizona are pink. Dude, don't count on it, you guys. Believe me. Now, when Trump won in 2016, I thought it was weird that Trump won after Obama and Biden being there for so long, and then Hillary running, and then Trump wins in 2016. That's weird. But then in 2017, there was this election in Alabama where a guy named Roy Moore ran against Doug Jones. And I will never forget that I looked at that election's data. And we can't, back then we couldn't blame mail-in votes because in 2017, this is way before COVID. So you really couldn't blame mail-in votes. In fact, we really didn't even largely know then what mail-in votes were or what the effect of them would be. We knew about provisional ballots and absentee ballots, but mail-in voting is this relatively new phenomena that began with COVID. I'm sure it existed before, blah, blah, blah. But that's not why Roy Moore lost in Alabama, you guys. Roy Moore lost in a mysterious way where Republicans didn't show up in 2017. And to me, Clark the Shark, right here on the Clark the Shark show, it looked like Republican voters just weren't showing up to vote in all these counties all across Alabama. And Doug Jones won. And so it was one of those cases where Democrats got out like 90% of their voters and Republicans got out only like 30% of theirs. So it looked to me, Clark the Shark, like an electronic error in 2017 with, quotation marks. Error, like Dr. Evil would say. Very weird that Roy Moore lost to Doug Jones. I think it was voter fraud done electronically. It wasn't mail-in votes, you guys. This was way before mail-in votes became popular with COVID and, the pandemic and all that, which was the left's probably plan all along. Get people voting by mail. And believe you me, you guys, they will be voting by mail again in 2024. But you won't even need to if you can just make Republican voters disappear electronically, which is really the way I think they do it. I don't know how they do this, you guys. I don't know why Republicans are always losing elections now, even when they're way ahead in polls. But I know that when you analyze the data where the Republicans lose, there is a phenomena or a phenomenon, if you will, where in practically every county in the state or every precinct, district, whatever you call it, Democrats are getting out 95% of the Democrats or more. And Republicans' registered voters are only getting out at 30-40%. I'm not kidding you guys. And I believe that will happen in 2024. Now, maybe not, because Biden is really old. The guy's like fucking 87 years old. And this map could and should happen. This is Red Eagle's map, you guys. You see Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Arizona, Georgia, Nevada, all going for Trump. And in theory, on paper, that should happen. But I don't think it will. I think the Democrats now will be winning elections perpetually because of not just mail-in voting. Now, also because big tech counts our votes electronically and they erase Republican people who really did vote. And even if you did an audit, you have no way to tell. You have no way to know. And that's why Republicans are always scratching their heads, because he who counts the votes, he is the one who is God. Who said that? Like Stalin or Mussolini or Hitler? I don't know, dude. Lenin. One of those guys, dude. One of those guys with isms, what ism, dude. It comes down to these two guys here, I don't think Trump's going to win, honestly, you guys. I hate to say this. 1-800-449-8255, The Clark the Shark Show. New poll shows Trump soaring in swing states. Do you guys really think big tech, who counts our votes, do you think in the month of June, long before the election in November, that Zuckerberg and the guys who, I don't know, dude, who counts the votes electronically over in Spain, do you think they give a shit about Trump leading polls? Republicans were leading all the polls, you guys, in 2022 midterms. And they didn't lose, but they didn't win very convincingly. It was kind of like when the Florida Panthers were beating Edmonton in the first 3 games. There was something about it that you weren't buying or something. And then when Edmonton came roaring back, with McDavid scoring all these points and goals or whatever, then you're like, oh, okay, they got their game together. like we knew they would, they could, and they should. And Biden, even though he's 80, 90 years old, he's senile with dementia, fucking guy can barely walk or speak. He's still going to win 2024, you guys. I'm sorry to say, because he who counts the votes, votes. He who doesn't count the votes doesn't vote, or something like that, right here on the Clark the Shark Show, you guys. I'm sad to say that all this YouTube shit will be for naught. And I would love to see Trump win, you guys, but Republicans, remember how they boarded up the windows in 2020 and Detroit and Philly? They kicked the polling monitors out, and in some cases, they kicked the Democrat polling monitors out. Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Michigan, maybe even Georgia, I'm not sure, but definitely in the Rust Belt. They actually kicked so many monitors out, both left and right, because don't forget, you guys, the Democrats were paranoid too in 2020, and they didn't want to get kicked out of the room. It wasn't just the Republicans, because everyone didn't trust everyone. Everyone was paranoid in 2020. So there's a bigger cabal running our elections that is bigger than both Republican and Democrat. Remember that in 2020, Philly, Detroit, Milwaukee, they're kicking people out and covering up the windows so you couldn't see. People curing votes, changing votes, ladies, with Sharpies fixing votes. Remember that? 1-800-449-8255. But that is not even how they do it, you guys. Somehow, it's not mail-in votes. It is just like Roy Moore versus Doug Jones, 2017. It's all done electronically. Votes are magically disappearing, Republican voters. This also happened in Louisiana in an election where Republicans lost and a Democrat won. Recently, since 2016, I don't remember the year. It might have been 2019, 2018, I'm not sure, 2020. And it also happened with Bevin in Kentucky. Remember that guy who lost to Bashir? Every time Republicans lose, you guys go check it. Republicans are getting out 30% of their voters, 40% of their registered voters. Independent voters be damned. Who knows what they're getting out? And before the election, Republicans are always fired up, like we're fired up. We're going to win. Bevin's going to win. Roy Moore's going to win. The guy in Louisiana is going to win. Man, damn it. Kerry Lake's going to win. And then they always lose. Yeah, it's weird, you guys. And then you go do the data, and Democrats got out 95, 96% of their voters, while Republicans got out 30, 40%. So Republicans are fat and lazy. They don't want to vote. Or, who knows, maybe they stand in line and their vote was never counted. A Republican can just as easily pick up a mail-in vote and mail it. Yeah, wouldn't you agree with that right here on the Clark the Shark Show? I would. Mail-in votes are really weird. We don't know who's mailing them. Someone picks them up off the ground at a house. There's a mail-in. You always see stacks of them in houses. Most of the people don't vote them. They just end up going in the trash. Everyone gets a mail-in vote, but there are nefarious people out there that go around and collect them. And with or without voter ID, they may be marking them, signing them with a phony signature, and then mailing them. Picking them up right off the ground, out of a post box, off the lawn, off a driveway. This is what I don't like about mail-in votes, you guys. But they're not even doing this with mail-in votes. Remember how Trump was way ahead in Pennsylvania in 2020 by 800,000 votes, then he lost. Same thing happened in Wisconsin, Michigan, and Georgia. Trump and the Republicans were way ahead. Then at 6:30 in the morning, a food truck arrived with a bunch of, mail-in votes. You guys, that wasn't even it. This is done electronically. And if some Republican could go back and look at his vote and say, I want to go back and see my vote, you may see that your vote never counted, you guys. You in Georgia, Pennsylvania, Nevada, Arizona, Michigan, Wisconsin, maybe New Mexico, dude, maybe Virginia, maybe Minnesota, maybe Maine, dude, maybe fucking Oregon, I don't know. But I'll bet you if you voted for Trump 2020 and you go up and look up the chain of custody of your vote, someone's going to call you back and say, dude, you never voted. You've never even done this yet, dude. You voter in Georgia, Pennsylvania, Michigan. Go back and check the status of your vote. They might even tell you voted for Biden, if you know what I mean, right here on the Clark the Shark Show, because no one knows the chain of custody, really, you guys, deep down. Taking a deep dive of votes, where they come, where they go, electronic vote counting, we don't know. You can't even audit this. And that's what the auditors in Arizona said. They said, we can't really audit the electronic voting. We have no fucking way to do it. So if you can't audit electronic voting, there's no paper trail, you guys. And they said, there's about 20,000 highly suspect votes that are condition red, meaning they're condition critical in Arizona. You remember that audit that they did where they were inside the stadium? The Arizona used to be called the Veterans Memorial Coliseum or Stadium, where the Lakers would go play the Phoenix Suns. They had the big count there with the voting audit. And they came away inconclusive because they're like, we can't really audit a vote, you guys. There were so many fake signatures that didn't match, envelopes that didn't match, that they basically said, there's anywhere from 10 to 20,000 critical red votes that are blinking, that, they're at a parking lot, at a vacant lot, at a house that doesn't exist. It's true, you guys. Go back and check that Arizona audit. They really couldn't conclude their audit, you guys. 1-800-449-8255, the Clark the Shark Show. There's no way to audit the vote, you guys. You can't audit electronic votes, and you really can't audit mail-in votes. And the Democrats know this. They know this darn well. That's why Biden's going to win. Pennsylvania, Michigan, Georgia. Even if Trump's ahead by 20, you guys. I'm telling you right now, June 24, is it? 2024, right here on the Clark the Shark Show. I don't care what all these guys say. He who counts the votes, votes, and he who doesn't count the votes doesn't vote. Right here on the Clark the Shark Show. You would think with gasoline being $6 a gallon in places around the U.S., that Joe Biden would be down by 20. Like Rasmussen today has a poll. Trump's ahead by 10 or 11. Nobody going to listen to that poll. They're just going to listen to the Fox News one, that Biden's up by 1, you guys. Trafalgar about to release a poll. Probably Trump will be way ahead in that one too. But once CNN and MSLSD kick in with their fake news, fake polls, fake scandals on Trump, phony convictions, fake lawfare, kind of like, when a judge doesn't let you have witnesses and then, puts something against you, dude. I'm not saying this happened to Clark the Shark in particular, but when you're in court, you should get witnesses. 1-800-449-8255 right here on the Clark the Shark Show. I see a trend happening in our jurisprudence, you guys, our justice system, where nowadays Democrat judges from the left bench, the stench from the fucking bench, as Michael Weiner would say, is making Klaus clench. Me, yours truly, Clark the Shark, 1-800-449-8255. Yeah, Democrat and left-wing judges are getting rid of your witnesses or discrediting them or undermining them, kind of like they did with Trump in New York recently. Trump had real good witnesses, and the judge either himself discredited or wouldn't listen to them or undermined them in some way. When that phony kangaroo court and rigged jury found Trump guilty of what we don't even know, dude, because he paid Stormy Daniels money. And what are we saying about Stormy Daniels? Is she a tramp? I mean, what's so bad about giving money to Stormy Daniels? I feel like mailing her money right now. Does that make what is that? What is that? How's that a crime? If me, Clark the Shark, if I give Stormy Daniels some money and then I try to cover it up with my taxes here at TurboTax, who gives a fucking shit if you give Stormy Daniels money? What does that prove? How do we even know what is Stormy Daniels? Does she work for TurboTax? I mean, dude, what the fuck crime happened? If some federal judge doesn't overturn this, one of Trump's hundreds of federal judges that he appointed while he was president, you fucking think one of them would have overturned this by now, right here on the Clark the Shark show. But no, we find Trump's friends turn out to be enemies once even they get a power position, making money off the gov. Yeah, isn't that true, you guys? They all forget about Trump. And it's weird how the cabal wants Biden and Democrats to win, probably even the people on the Supreme Court themselves, Kavanaugh. You don't see him going to the mat for Trump or, Alito or any of them, the new ones, Amy Coney Barrett. Where are these people, dude, for Trump? Right here on the Clark the Shark show. I mean, where are they, you guys? Where? What happened to all Trump's friends? Where'd they go? Where did they go, Sharky? And by the way, where did all your friends go, Shark? Follow the money trail. You guys think Trump's ahead in the polls and he's going to win? Remember, he who counts the votes. I'm not sure if Stalin or Marx or Mussolini or Hitler said it. He who counts the votes votes, and he who doesn't count the votes doesn't vote. 1-800-449-8255, the Clark the Shark Show. Trump soaring, VP pick, Marco Rubio, JD Vance, whoever. It doesn't matter, you guys. Biden's 90 years old. He's going to win because the COVID mafia, the people in power, just like who knows, maybe the people that mailed me a guitar today, they're in power, you guys. The Sopranos, whoever the fuck. At 1-800-449-8255, the Clark the Shark Show. Think about things, you guys. Think deeper. Deeper, you guys. You think Trump gonna win. You really do? Yeah, they really want you. They really want you, Blake. They really do. Blake wanted to be the one with the most cake. He did, you guys. But they found Blake dead in a greenhouse. Right here on the Clark the Shark Show, 1-800-449-8255. And Blake was leading all the polls, you guys. He was way ahead. But who knows? Maybe his biggest mistake was he messed with Clark the Shark. Right here on the Sharky Show, 1-800-449-8255. And maybe Sharky's a bigger cabal than all of you. Who knows? Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. Maybe that's why they mail me guitars. Right here on the Clark the Shark Show. I don't know. I'll never know, you guys. But I know one thing. I don't think Trump going to win this election. I wish he would. I wish he could. This old fart right here, this 93-year-old fucking piece of worthless shit, he's the one that's going to win. He can barely speak. He can barely stand. You fucking can't even put this guy in a wheelchair, you guys. He's so pathetic. I mean, look at this fucking retard. He is going to win your election, you guys, right here on the Clark the Shark Show. And I'm sad to say, the Red Eagle politics guy and all these people think Trump's going to win. Senate forecast, House forecast. Oh, a giant Trump boost coming. Yeah, dude, sure. Trump leads in swing states. Trump was leading in 2020, you guys. But there were polls showing Biden ahead all the time, but they were saying Trump was winning in the swing states in 2020. I remember, you guys, but guess what? He didn't win. I'm sorry to say. I don't think there's going to be any flips for Trump, you guys. The conviction, whether it backfired or didn't backfire or caused a surge, this guy's a fucking loser no matter what, you guys. He ain't a fucking winner. This pathetic liberal leftist socialist piece of shit who I threw a concert for in Torrance in 1986 or 87 or 88 at Wilson Park. One of my first concerts I threw. I see what I knew, dude, when I was 21. Actually, I didn't like the fucking guy. I voted for Reagan. Who knows, dude? Maybe my vote didn't even count. But I was so young and dumb, I wanted to be hip. I'll throw a fucking concert for fucking Joe Retard in Torrance. He's an L then, and he's an L now, you guys. He'll always be an L. He'll always hit rock bottom, dude. I don't care what these YouTubers say. I don't care, dude. I want Trump to win. But the bigger powers than you and me control the election. And all this hype on YouTube won't work. Because I don't even know if it's Zuckerberg or big tech. It's something beyond them, you guys. I don't even know if it's George Soros or Russia. It could just be a bunch of fucking crypto guys in Malta or in Ukraine. Who knows? Yeah, that's right. Who knows, dude? Who runs the voting machines? Who, dude? You think Trump's going to get to 270, you guys? I don't. He could be up by 30. He could be up by 40. He could be up by 50 against the 93-year-old, this fucking guy, this 93-year-old piece of Delaware shit. This guy's a better guy. I don't really like Trump either, you guys. He's not really a Republican. He never was. He's not one of us. He's not even a conservative. The guy was pro-choice, the whole bit. But he's all we got, Glenn Beck was right, dude. Trump became more of a Republican as time went by, became a conservative. But really deep down, he doesn't want to be, dude. He just cares about his power. He's like all the fucking rest of them. He's just like this guy, 1-800-449-8255, this fucking gray old smokestack institution right there. Trump doesn't care about your rent, you guys. Your rent's $3,000 a month. $4,000 a month. We got 8 people living together in California, all over the country now. High rent is spreading, and he's the guy spreading it. Trump. I know you guys think I'm speaking Chinese. You guys think he's the one for high rent. And he is. Democrats love high rent because they can tax it. They love high inflation and they love high gasoline prices. But so does this guy right here, 1-800-449-8255 on the Clark the Shark Show. This guy is no better than this guy. I want this guy to win, don't get me wrong. But this guy's gonna win. Because he's more what the fucking cabal wants. I'm not talking about Zuckerberg or Facebook or, I ain't talking about, I don't know who they are, dude. A little mysterious group of guys in Malta. 12 guys. They don't want him. They want him. They want Zelensky. They want Ukraine, baby. Yeah, dude. They don't want either of these guys. Even Putin is like, I could just nuke Ukraine. And the Russian military guys are like, no, Vladimir, it'll be radioactive. We can't go in there. If you nuke it, let's try to beat them. And Putin's like, fuck it. We've already lost 100,000 troops in Ukraine, comrade. Let's just nuke it. And people are like, nuking it won't do any good, Vladimir. It will be radioactive. And then the radiation all blow over to us. Right here on the Clark the Shark Show. It's true, you guys. Like it or not. This guy's probably right. Lichtman or whatever his fucking name is. You know, he says Biden's going to win, and I believe it, dude. Even if Biden's 95 years old. The only way Biden gonna not win is if they bring in Gavin Newsom and they get rid of fucking Biden and bring in Newsom. And Trump would beat Newsom, but who knows? Maybe not. I don't know. But I know it's all rigged, you guys, and it's not mail-in votes. That's part of it, but it's mainly electronic voting, where your vote is erased, and maybe even my vote, me, Clark the Shark, by powers that be that are bigger than me and you, right here on the Clark the Shark Show. This fucking L is gonna win. Remember, I said it in June. The only way he loses is if he drops out of the race, and I doubt he will. 1-800-449-8255, The Clark the Shark Show. I'm out of here. Peace.